Hey, yo, what's up? It's across the street. It's Arcadia Beats out here with Jimbo, aka Jim Bonus Beats, aka my father. You know how we're doing. We're just out here in Lens on 86, kicking it down by the crib. You know,
all right,
enjoying the sun.
There's Arcadia. What is good?
Hey, what's good, Jim?
You know the story. If you watch the show enough, you know that I give everybody a gift.
Oh, hell yeah.
Out of respect for your pronouns, let's go and get those out of the way.
I go by they, them pronouns, she, her, he, him. I'm a bunch of pronouns. I'm all sorts of genders.
I got you this from the America dispensary. It's
a
female-owned, family-operated dispensary. So,
fuck yeah.
Handled with love.
Hell yeah. Let's go smoke
there's
nicely.
a J for you.
Oh, and the yellow letter. Yellow's my favorite color.
Sweet. All right. Swiggle almost stole it from me in yesterday's episode.
Shit. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that episode, yeah. Not this time,
Not
Swig.
this time. So what have you been up to? You've been hot? What's hot with you? What's good?
Recently, after the pandemic, I've just been DJing more shows. Shows are starting back up, so I'm just starting to do things around the city again. I've been doing Flow Show with Shane Taylor over at the Big Legrowski. That's been popping off. All the proceeds from that event go over to Portland's Bible Food Pantry. Make sure that food gets out to the homeless people that need it downtown. I don't know if people have been downtown during the pandemic, but it's gotten kind of sad down there, and a lot of people need help. Yeah. So, but other than that, just got the event going on the 30th. During the pandemic, I kind of took a hiatus from making music just to work on some personal things, but now that the pandemic's kind of ending up again, just getting back to it. Started making some house music, still making hip-hop beats.
Right.
Starting to infuse those two things together. But yeah.
Dre Makes Waves, just sealed the secret on him too. He's working on a little house hip-hop album himself. So, seems like to be the vibe.
Hell yeah, it's about evolution.
Cool neighborhood, look at that. You got the cool your neighbors support the Black Lives Matter. Looks like they're cool with whatever sexuality you choose to. Dope. That's dope. Yeah, we out here. Southeast. Look at Southeast growing. Look at.
Hey.
Nice drip today, too. Look at the drip today. Look. Hey, can't do. Hey, AC.
Brought to you by Top to Bottom, just around the corner.
We were just talking, if you've never shopped at Top to Bottom, I don't know if I can trust you anymore.
Yo, real Portland shit.
All right, so other than the albums, I know you got the show coming up July 30th. You're going to be the official DJ for the Swiggle Mandela record release party, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be dope.
I know. I'm real hyped for it. Movie Money's pretty good. I got his tracks in early.
Well, you got to listen to the album already?
I've had some peaks. I'm sorry, Swig. But I can tell to anybody out there, Swiggle Mandela Movie Money is a fucking dope album. And you're going to want to hear it when it drops on the 30th, this Friday.
You could even do better than that. You can just come to the show on July 30th, Rainbow City. Purchase it from the man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put money in his pocket, come out, have a good night.
It'll be fun.
Things are back up, so come out and have some fun. That's Rainbow City.
What did you do during the pandemic? Did you get good at anything or bad at anything? I think the answer is like 50-50, I've noticed.
I would say I got better about things. Like I said, I took some time off to work on some personal things. There's a car coming. I used to be really bad with personal finance. I'd say I've gotten better about that stuff. Work ethic on making original music, I've gotten worse at that, so I had to pick that back up. But
what inspires you to sit in front of the machine? What inspires you to sit there and get in front of your computer and make music anyway?
Generally an idea. I go off vibes, how I'm feeling.
I wonder who that could be. Like, I honestly wonder who that could be on the phone.
I don't know. Don't they know that we're
Don't
shooting across the
street?
street?
Right here?
Yeah.
We're across the street right now. But if it's in my backpack, too.
Oh. It's busy out here.
He's an unlikely suspect there.
But I'd say what inspires me to get behind the machine, I don't know. I just like to create, make something new. Especially, I don't know.
Do you sample a lot of music?
I used to. I used to use a lot of loops.
Loops,
Not so much samples, but these days I make a lot of my own original compositions and stuff. I've gotten better about that, I guess, over the pandemic too. So more Arcadia music's more 100% original from the bona fide genius themselves.
Right. You actually have had a chance to do a lot of big stuff with a lot of big people. I mean, you can puff your chest out a little bit right there. I mean, you're going to be on did you produce the Keith Murray track? Or the Jim Jones? Or which one did you produce on the Swiggle album?
I produced Take the Lead.
Take the Lead, all right.
The one with Rain Ezra.
Oh, that's the one with the live band and stuff.
Yeah.
How'd that feel? You listened to it, I take it?
Yeah, I have. I'm excited for it. It's a pretty good song. I originally sent that instrumental over to Figure 8. So it was just crazy to see that it ended up on Swiggle's project instead.
Did you hear the story behind that?
No.
Swiggle told the story actually on episode 2. He said that's how it came about. He said Fig sent it over to him and was like, Swig, will you do something on this? And then it turns out Swiggle was just in love with it. Was like, yo, Fig, can I just get that?
Yeah.
He gave it to him, so...
There's been a couple beats that I've made that Swiggle's just been heard, and he's just like, I need those right away.
Right.
So he was like that with Insight off Port Lanserdam.
Okay.
I remember I made that one in the studio with him and JLA there.
All right. You got some stuff with JLA too, right?
Yeah. We got a couple, I've sent him a couple beats. We got a couple songs that are unreleased. I don't think I have any placements on his upcoming album or his mixtape. I can't remember when it drops on the background.
You got some stuff with Roulette yet?
No.
Oh, that would be dope. That's got to happen.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple dream packages right now, and that would be a good one.
Hell yeah. Roulette, we got to make it happen, man.
Right? Yeah.
We've been talking about it a little bit, but...
That would be extra cool. I feel like that would just, be the ultimate for the city, just... That's everybody included in that. That's great. Well, what about you? Is there anybody important that other than Roulette, that you'd like to work with, I guess?
I like to work with Shane Taylor.
Lana Ridge?
I'd love to work with Alana. Honestly, I'm always trying to work with anybody that I can. But right now I'm trying to also, I DJ around town and stuff a lot, and I do a lot of musical acts and stuff. What I really want to do is I want to become a tour DJ for a record company, or whoever will pay me to go with some artists on a quick nationwide tour.
You like the idea of a steady gig, that sounds...
Yeah, well, I already have steady work and stuff, but I want to get around more. I guess also want to make, with record labels, you can make more money
they pay
from
better.
them. I could be like, hey, give me $3 grand a show, do 32 shows on a tour. That's a pretty good paycheck at the end of the...
Look at that. That's a great van.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of cool shit like that out here.
That's a great van. Look at that.
There's an old, Methodist church van from, Beaverton parked around the corner somewhere.
All right.
There was people down here on Raymond that were they had an old decommissioned school bus that they were living out of. They made, a wood stove and everything. They had proper ventilation.
How has that changed around here? With the city kind of going through a little bit of turmoil that we're in right now, has your neighborhood, can you feel it? Can you see it?
Yeah, just right here over on Raymond, there's usually a lot of houseless folks that hang out and congregate, which don't bug me or anything like that, but it's just...
New to the neighborhood?
I wouldn't say it's new to the neighborhood. It's just that part of Portland. We're out here on 86.
This is a good example of some of the graffiti artists. We don't mess with people's personal property. So, that's just garbage.
But yeah, all sorts of shit happens out here. Crimes and greased out here and stuff.
Chickens in people's backyards.
It's a crazy neighborhood.
This is a great neighborhood.
But yeah, my roommate's had his car broken into a couple times during the pandemic and stuff, just right in the driveway. So shit's gotten real hard out here for some people, and definitely. Also, most of the population out here is the big Asian community out here. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely been violence and stuff towards them and racism. And, over in Lentz Park, there was a man shot by Portland police.
That was recent, right?
Pretty recently, yeah.
Was it just the other night, too, here in Portland? It seemed like we had a rash of violence. They said there was 6 or 7 shootings here in town, just like last weekend.
Yeah. This whole neighborhood's been hot for a minute. I mean, before I even lived here, but...
Well, Southeast has always been kind of, you know, semi-seedy, if you will, if you're familiar with Portland and its territory. But it's definitely, you can see it's taking a turn. It's definitely taking a turn out here.
Yeah. But yeah, there's lots of good folks out here, too.
Sure, yeah. Just like all of Portland. Yeah, that's a good question, going into Portland, I guess. You've been a part of the Portland hip-hop community here for many, many years. How has the Portland hip-hop community treated you? I guess in a caveat to that question is with you being a out-of-the-closet member of the LGBTQ community, that's...
Right.
Has that made it any different or better, or how's the scene treated you?
For me, personally, it hasn't really put up much of a barrier. Sometimes I gotta DJ for people that suck, but that just comes with, you know, working in the industry. But no, for the most part, that really hasn't been a barrier. Most people out here are pretty accepting.
Portland's kind of cool like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the West Coast, and especially Portland. A lot of people in the Portland hip-hop community also come from, you know, marginalized communities. So, I mean, we all can recognize an oppression when we see one and, you know, choose to be better and not perpetuate that stuff. So, luckily, we do a pretty good job of that out here.
You do a good job of that. I as a 43-year-old white male, I take all of the credit for the education that I've learned on, you know, such things little as pronouns from you, from your experience, and from being a good friend of yours, and appreciating you for who you are and not what you care to sleep with. So, thank you for that. Thank you.
Man. Thanks for keeping an open mind.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the city appreciates it too. Yeah, I'm sure you got to do work with people that suck sometimes.
Yeah, but as far as what Portland hip hop has done for me, it's done a lot. I mean, I got pretty lucky and connected with some pretty cool people that do some pretty cool stuff. Remember, I met Swiggle through. He's even talking about on the last episode, the Dear Portland Police challenge. I met him through Justin's League of America, who did that challenge.
Oh, cool. And that was your meeting point with Swiggle right here, is that's how you guys met? It was just right there?
No, not right here,
well,
but it was
not like
just
right here, but like during that challenge.
During that challenge, yeah. Metaphorically right here.
Metaphorically right here is where we met Swiggle.
Yeah. Yeah, I met him through that. I mixed the vocals on him and JLA's version of that song. And then we went to Swiggle Mania.
I don't remember.
It was one of Swiggle's birthday parties. I want to say it was his 27th birthday, maybe 28th. It was at the Bit House.
What year was this? Couple like 5, 6 years?
I want to say it was like 2018.
Okay, so
maybe, yeah, 2018. And yeah, ever since then, me and Swiggle have been cool.
That's always neat. I always like the stories of how everybody meets, but it's usually how it starts. It's just like one little show. You see someone, you say hi. Next thing you know, you're DMing each other, and then you got a song together.
Yeah, and then after that show, during that show, actually, I met Figure 8, and they had a little fisherman at the time, yeah, because he was performing. And then I also met D-Marks, and D-Marks took me under his wing.
Hey, shouts to D-Marks.
He used to put on the show called No Cap at Bottles. For anybody that remembers, that stuff used to get pretty lit in that little tiny bar.
That was dope.
But yeah, he took me under his wing and showed me how to start putting shows together and stuff. And through him, I met the broader audience of Portland hip hop. And then after that, I just got to drive to work and just started reaching out to anybody that I could see that had a show. I was like, hey, you got room for me?
My son and I went to D-Mark's Instagram social media class where he taught people how to be better at Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
And D-Mark's, I'm on your tail. I got like 1,600 followers, so better hurry up.
Oh, yeah. He knows what he's doing with that stuff.
He taught me so much stuff. I went from 100 and some odd followers to 300 plus in a matter of a week because of him. So, not that I really care about him.
Right, but yeah, still. The method stays true, you know?
Yeah. I saw some of the cool stuff that your partner has been doing. The little plant clay sculptures.
Oh, yeah, the quarantine babes.
What? That is so awesome. Those things popped up in my timeline, and I was like, who's creating this? I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah, for those who don't know, my partner, Gabriel Rose, makes these really cool statues of all sorts of different gender non-conforming bodies. And their heads are these little skulls that have little plants growing out of them.
Yeah.
And they're really cute. You can find them on Instagram at it's queer.witch on Instagram. They make really good,
I'll add a link
really good
up
art.
here at the top of the corner for you.
Jimba's gonna throw in that link because he's a real one.
No, they're really cool. They're really cute. They are cool.
Yeah.
I think the ones I saw, were placed inside of like a plant, like a pottery plant, like you would have in your house with like a house plant.
Yeah, they've made one of those. Yeah, it's in
Great
their room.
idea.
It's really
That's
cute.
a great idea. Yeah, it's fantastic.
They're currently selling T-shirts that have those painted on them.
Oh, really? What about artistically for you? Do you do anything like paints and drawings and clay work or?
Nope, I just burned the shit out of my mustache though.
Oh, well, it grows back.
It does. But now I gotta go touch it up.
Touch it up. There you go. Look at this cool tree. This thing looks like it causes chaos if you touch it. Let's check it out.
Yeah. I'm so glad I don't have allergies standing next to this thing.
Oh yeah, that thing feels weird. It's like a little porcupine. Actually, it feels different than you may think. Like it's actually like kind of sharp. Different, huh?
Do a little bit
Name
of
that tree.
ASMR.
Me and my viewers name that tree. Cool. So now that the quarantine's over, everybody's back to work. Everybody's doing their thing. What's the next big move for Arcadia? What's like the big master plan here?
Big master plan is to blow up real quick and act like I don't know nobody.
That's kind of the vibe in Portland. It seems like. Yeah.
No, the next move is just to get back out into work and continue adding to the resume that I have for DJing. I want to eventually get into, maybe a residency at a club or something.
Sure.
Continue working that. I want to go on tours. I want to see the world through music. I want to make good music with my friends. And I want to live a long, happy life. That's the ultimate game plan, so.
Wouldn't it be awesome to be paid for your art and just travel? I still think about that every day.
I know. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's like the dream.
Yeah.
It's like a dream.
I mean, I'm fine just playing other people's music behind a, button player, so.
You give you the cash the checks, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, is there anything you want to say to the city of Portland? Any special message, shout outs, or just a simple PSA, whatever it may be?
Yeah, Portland, I need you guys to calm down. All right? Let's just have a moment and recognize that stuff's been real hard for everybody. Mm-hmm. And let's just kind of come together in a moment and let's just feel like things suck. We don't need to take it out on each other. There's reasons things suck. It's not you're not your neighbor, not your coworker, not your fellow man. It's other higher people in offices. So, let's just make some community effort to have some real changes. And yeah, let's just come together as a community and make some real changes.
I think
Growth
that's
growth starts here. Places like,
right
where were
here.
we on? 84th
84th
and Raymond.
Change starts here today.
Hope and change starts in places like this, so.
Well, that's great. The Portland hip hop scene, of course, respects you, and we all love you, of course. But what do you do for Portland hip hop that kind of makes the scene a little more inviting or better or different?
I used to put up, before the pandemic, I used to put on a lot of showcases. I used to give a lot of artists a stage and time and an audience to perform in front of. And then I also try to, pay them something at the end of the day, even if it meant taking a loss in my pocket, because I just want to see the culture grow and thrive.
Just had a drop. There's our first.
We don't
drop on every episode.
We don't litter though. We don't leave it behind.
True Portlander.
But yeah, I just want to see the culture grow, so I just kind of work at whatever I can do to make it grow through doing shows with Shane Taylor and having hip hop be a reason people get to eat, or stuff I do with Kelsey with We Must Change and all this stuff where we put a lot of artists on, and I just want to see things grow bigger, get better.
Shout out to her. She does a lot. Kelsey, she does a lot around town. So
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just I try to water the seeds since Portland hip hop.
Well, you're definitely like one of the more charming people in the scene. I tell you that. I'm definitely not bummed out when I know you're going to be there. I'm like, all right, this should be fun. Well, you want to give some shout outs as we close out here?
Yeah.
Walk us down the line.
Yeah, shouts out Swiggle Mandela. Shouts out the album release party on June 30th at Rainbow City. Shouts out Shane Taylor. Shouts out Figure 8. Shouts out Justin's League of America. Shouts out Mark. Shouts out Gabriel Rose at queer.witch on Instagram. Shouts out my mom.
Yay.
Shouts out that fucking Ivan.
All right.
For those who know about him, he's a cool guy.
What does he do?
He makes a hybrid of punk and hip hop. He also puts on shows. He put together that show Fuckfest.
Send me a link.
I will, yeah. God, shouts out Shella Moon and Purple Matter. Shouts out DC Cap. Shouts out Lambo Lawson. Shouts out the whole city, man. I can keep naming names.
Right. I'd like to thank you for showing up. You've always been nothing but cool with me. If there's ever anything I can do for you in the future,
Hell yeah, man.
you just let me know. But until then,
Hell yeah, man.
Friday, July 30th.
Yep. Friday, July 30th, Rainbow City.
Right?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. Thanks again, Arcadia.
Yeah, man.
Cheers, man.
Yep. Across the street.